So in this video lecture we are going to discuss a very important topic, that is fragmentation, which is also a part of asexual reproduction. Okay, now see, before proceeding with vegetative propagation and asexual reproduction in plants, we will first see what fragmentation is. So for this we will move further to the whiteboard and we will see. So fragmentation. So what exactly is this word, does this word mean? Fragmentation is a kind of asexual reproduction in which the organism's body, it gets divided into or gets fragmented into various parts, and each of the parts then give rise to a new organism. Okay, so this type of asexual reproduction is seen in the case of Spirogyra. Spirogyra is a green algae which is found floating on the surface of fresh water. You cannot find it in ocean water, you can only find it in river water. Okay, and it is a green colored organism. Okay, and I'll explain you the structure of Spirogyra. This is the structure of Spirogyra. Okay, so this is a zigzag structure and there are fragmentations. So this is representing one cell, this is representing another cell, and this is representing another cell. So when, if due to some reason all these parts of Spirogyra it gets split, then each of the part will be giving rise to a new organism. Okay, so from each part of Spirogyra there will be development of suppose here 3 parts or 3 cells are there in Spirogyra. Then if all these parts get fragmented, it will give rise to another 3 Spirogyra. Okay, so from one part of the organism there will be development of the complete organism in case of fragmentation. So often there is a debate between fragmentation and regeneration. Regeneration is a process by which, if a tissue gets damaged or if any organ gets damaged, then the organism is able to develop that organ again. Okay, or to grow that organ again. That is called as regeneration. This is the basic difference between fragmentation and regeneration. So let's see what is fragmentation and what is regeneration in detail. Suppose let's talk about Spirogyra in case of fragmentation. Here there are 3 cells in the Spirogyra. Now each of the cells, they are getting fragmented due to some reason. So this is developing into one complete Spirogyra. This is getting developed into one complete Spirogyra, and this is getting developed into one complete Spirogyra. Means from only this much part of the parent, okay, the entire organism is getting developed. So this is the basic point of fragmentation, where you take a small part of the parent cell, and from that small part of the parent cell the entire organism is getting developed. Whereas in case of regeneration, what happens, suppose there is an organism, suppose there is an organism who has lost a certain part. Okay, who has lost a certain part, who has lost a leg part. Okay, so if this organism will be having that capability of doing generation or regeneration, it will again develop that lost leg. Okay, otherwise if it is not having that ability to regenerate, it will not be able to develop that leg again. Like, we will take a very simple example of lizard and dog. Okay, so you have seen that lizard, it is, even if the tail of the lizard gets cut, okay, it is able to develop or grow that cut tail again. Okay, that is the process of regeneration, where whenever a tissue or organ gets damaged, the organism is having that capability to regenerate that organ. Okay, so this is what happens in the case of regeneration. Whereas when we talk about dog, suppose a dog has lost 1 or 2 of its leg, will it be able to regenerate? No. So regeneration is completely a natural phenomenon. You cannot say that it is based on natural selection, because if it would have been based on natural selection, natural selection is a complete process of efficiency. So you cannot say that natural selection has given rise to regeneration power in some organism, whereas it has given it has not given ability of regenerating to other organism. So regeneration is a different concept. We will be discussing regeneration in detail and the reason behind it later. Now what our focus is on fragmentation. So what possible reasons are there for fragmentation to take place? Why does the spirogyral cells they get fragmented? What is the reason behind it? This is one of the very important question. So suppose this is the spirogyra, okay, and it is having too many cells, and all cells are present separated by one particular cell wall like structure of plasmodesmata. Okay, now if we know that it remains in water, if the salinity in water increases, okay, if the salinity in water increases, or there must be some other natural reasons, actually mechanical injury and salinity are the only two reasons mentioned as I have learnt. But there is one more reason mentioned, that is dissolution of middle lamella. We will understand this concept when we'll see the structure of spirogyra in detail. So over here I am only considering two reasons, that is salinity or any kind of mechanical injury. Okay, these two reasons are responsible for fragmentation of one spirogyral cell to take place. Then it will break down into various fragments. Each fragment will develop into a new spirogyra. Okay, now how does salinity causes fragmentation? We know that salinity has a major effect on osmotic pressure in the cell. Okay, so maybe due to increased osmotic pressure of the cell may get fragmented. Okay, mechanical injury is a kind of injury which is not certain. It can happen anytime during any experimentation or during since spirogyra are living in freshwater bodies, so it is possible that they will face mechanical injury and they will undergo fragmentation. So this is how the spirogyra reproduces. But this is not only the way, or fragmentation is not only the way by which spirogyra reproduces. There are other asexual method of reproduction of spirogyra, which we will see in detail when we will conduct the class for NEET exams. And since it is not so much details are not mentioned in NCERT, and it is not required also because questions are not asked generally in so deep. So you only have to understand the outline, what is fragmentation and how fragmentation is different from regeneration, so that you can answer such questions when it is asked. Okay, so yes, we were talking about fragmentation. So I have told you the two basic reasons of fragmentation, and now we will proceed further and we will see that what is given in NCERT. So here it is said that the plants and the members of kingdom fungi, simple plants and algae, they reproduce by asexual structures, where we will also learn about spore formation. Okay, we'll learn how the zoospores are useful, how conidia is helpful. Then buds, about budding we have already seen. So budding process is also seen in plants like hydra. Okay, and gemule formation and its importance is also seen. Over here there is a question that asexual reproduction in plant takes place by two methods. One method, either the plant will be developing a structure which will be giving rise to a new organism, or from one particular part of the plant. Okay, one particular part of the plant will be cut, and from that part of the plant there will be a generation of a new plant. Okay, so that is called as vegetative propagation. So we will learn this vegetative propagation and asexual reproduction in plants in very detail in next of our slides. Here we are focusing on fragmentation. So I was talking ki spirogyra does not only get confined to one particular process of reproduction. It follows fragmentation, but it completely depends on what the situation is. Okay, if the situation is of any kind of mechanical injury, then definitely it is going to perform fragmentation to reproduce more Spirogyra, okay, or if it is facing problem like salinity, it will be producing Spirogyra by fragmentation process, or otherwise it will be adopting other reproduction process like sexual reproduction or asexual reproduction. Okay, sexual reproduction में the Spirogyra, its life cycle is in haplontic stage. Haplontic stage means the parent cell or the parent gamete, it always remains in haploid form. Okay, what is haploid and what is diploid we have already known. If there is only a single set of chromosome from a single parent, then it is called as haploid, and if there are two sets of chromosome from both the parents of opposite sexes, that is the male parent and the female parent, it is called as diploid. So for Spirogyra, the entire life cycle is haplontic, okay, because the dominant stage is the haploid stage. We will see this in detail when we will be learning the plant structures. Okay, otherwise Spirogyra adopts the method of fragmentation. Okay.